This way forever. I'm Byron the Jackson.
Welcome guys to round 10 of the F1 2016 career mode. Basically after the last race it wasn't such a good race for one of my strongest tracks. I'm a bit disappointed with the outcome of that race, but I have no idea what happened. The tyres just were already degraded on the first lap and I just couldn't hold the car on any of the straights. The tyre wear was just too bad. But anyway, we're here for the British Grand Prix around Silverstone, so pretty much this track it's sort of okay for me. I'm not generally that good at it, but let's see what we can do. Alright guys, welcome to the qualifying session. So basically we're going to just quickly check the weather, race weather. Yeah, everything looks to be good. Cloudy during qualifying, but otherwise it looks to be a good race. We're just going to not do any setup, we're just going to go straight out to track. I feel fairly confident because our teammate did get first place in practice, so I feel confident that we will do very well this race, but let's see what happens. Here we are for the final lap. Hopefully we can do something good. Pretty much already messed up that. The gearing feels a bit too fast for me on this track. I don't think I should be shifting up the gears this fast, or the revs hitting the limiter this fast. But I just messed up that very, very terribly. Grosjean sets a 136. Bonham sets a 135, and we messed up that corner because just before we hit the corner, we actually locked up and the grass caused a front right lockup as we set a 136.8, so we're gonna have to do something better than that as we almost get that corner perfect. Okay, so looking at this, Hamilton is 0.15 in front of Daniel Ricciardo, and now Daniel Ricciardo is back in front, so I accidentally sped up too fast, so we need to get this lap in. So it's still possible for us to get a 134 at least. I'm hoping for 134. I think my setup I currently have on is limiting what I can potentially reach as a lap time, but hopefully we can get the corners right. And here we go for our flying lap. Alright, coming through the S's now, hit that apex, go down a gear. Wasn't the cleanest line, but still 3/10 up. We're now 8/10 up. And across the line. Yeah, this setup just wasn't great for me. So that's 8th place. We did go faster. We did hit a 134, which is what I was aiming for, but honestly that lap wasn't the best. That setup, the car setup was holding me back, especially in the corners. So when I would go into the corner, I'd slow down, but the car would already be so slow that I need to speed up, and so I'm sort of in that stage of, do I speed up or do I slow down, or what do I do? So the setup's not going to be great, but during the race hopefully we can do something with the corners. If we can overtake through the corners, that would be great, but in a straight line we're just going to be a sitting duck. Well, let's get straight into the race. Here we are for the Formula 1 British Grand Prix for this round 10 of the F1 career mode season. So basically we're starting 8th place. If you've somehow gone straight to here instead of going through qualifying and watching that, we're starting in 8th place. Daniel Ricciardo is in first, so it's not off to a good start with this setup on. In terms of race strategy, we're gonna stay with the one pit stop. I reckon that should be good enough for us. 13 laps is this race. If we do need to edit the strategy, we can. I'm going to add extra fuel like I always do. 24.2 kilos will be fine. And let's get straight into this formation lap. Here we are for the race. We've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, Lights out and away we go. We got off to a decent start. We have Felipe Massa to look at. Carlos Sainz is looking down the inside. We're going to have to hold it, do a bit of a corner cutting, but positions are still held. Looking at Massa now, going down the inside of Massa. Can we get it done? I'm not sure if we can. He's still there. I'm going to leave some room for him. We're going to go around the outside. Can we get that done? Yes, we can. Now we have Bottas in front of us. As you can see, we are sort of a sitting duck. Massa is catching us. We are not catching Bottas whatsoever. So I got to think of a strategy for this race, because straight line is just not going to be great for us. But Daniel Ricciardo, he is flying ahead. We're going down the inside of Bottas. Bottas gets a terrible exit. Looking at Sebastian Vettel now, that's who we need to beat this race. Nico Rosberg, it looks to be. Yes, it looks to be Rosberg that's holding up this train. As we corner cut a bit. Sorry for that. Lost the back end just for a split second, but still decent getaway as Hamilton looks to have a go, and now Kimi Räikkönen looks to have a go. They're going 3 wide into that corner. That is incredible. Vettel just doesn't know what to do. And there's contact between Rosberg and Vettel. So that's interesting. We're going to go down the inside of Rosberg. Sebastian Vettel's going to leave some room for us. That's nice of him. And now we're looking at P4 with Hamilton right in front. Dan Ricciardo still flying. He's just streaming away. We're approaching the pit window already, and I think pit window was lap 3. Am I correct? Let's quickly check. Lap 4, pit window. So Hamilton is still in front. He's just behind Kimi Räikkönen, and we've got Sebastian Vettel to worry about. Now Rosberg lost the position to both of us. The tyre wear so far isn't great. It's definitely damaging what we can do in the corners, but it's going to be a lot better than what these cars, or what the other drivers can do, since they've got a different setup on. They're going to have less downforce, which means much worse cornering for them, but they gain a much faster, higher speed on the straight. And as we just lose control of the car from that lock-up, it wasn't helping us, and now Sebastian Vettel is looking on us. He's got a huge train behind him. Rosberg is going down the inside of Vettel. I'm not sure if they got it done. They are switching positions. They are still side by side now, and as you can see on the position board, they are just constantly switching. Hamilton now looking at having to go, and Hamilton gets it done down the inside into that corner on Räikkönen. Ricciardo is just setting much faster laps. He's a second faster than us. DRS is enabled. Now we have Hamilton back behind Räikkönen, so Hamilton got a poor exit. Räikkönen just lovely exit from one of the corners. I'm not sure which one, I wasn't looking, but we're very close to Hamilton now. We've got DRS. This is going to be perfect for us, but he's going to also have DRS. But at least we're going to steam away from Vettel. We're still setting purple sector 1 laps, which is great. We've been setting it for the past 2 laps. We're right behind Hamilton now. We're in the slipstream of Lewis Hamilton. We're going to have a look maybe after this corner. I'm not sure. We are catching him, but I don't want to risk anything as we go into the corner, and he backs out. We get it done. Honestly, that was a great overtake by me. Räikkönen right in front of us now. Let's see what we can do against him. He gets a better exit. We're on the grass. That's not going to help us whatsoever. We get another purple in sector 2. 1.7 seconds now. Very close to Räikkönen. So close that I had to brake through that series of the left long hang corner. Not sure what I was talking about just then, but anyway, we're right in front of Räikkönen now. Off the track, we're just going to have to let him pass. And Lewis Hamilton hits us. We actually got hit by Lewis Hamilton. We're going to have to back out. I wanted to let Räikkönen pass because that was not a fair overtake if I just that. And Lewis Hamilton is having issues with his front right tyre. That damage, as you saw just before, he did have contact with us, which did cause him to lose a bit of his front wing, so he's going to have to pit and repair that, as now he gets a slipstream, nice slipstream on us with the assist of DRS, so we get that defense going. We need to catch up to Raikkonen again, so let's see what we can do about that. Rosberg now past us. Can we get that corner done? We have slight contact with Hamilton as we... Oh my goodness, what is happening? Okay, we slowed down enough. I'm sorry to Hamilton about that. But we did lock up while going into the corner. And now we go into the pits. Hopefully we get a fast pit stop by the boys. We're going in. Mercedes there. And can we beat Mercedes out of the pit stops? 1.9 seconds. Amazing pit stop. And to think Nico Rosberg was just inches behind us and now he's a few meters. That is incredible. Tyres are still a bit cold, so we've got to warm them up. Otherwise, after this corner, we're going to put it into rich mix and just burn off some fuel. That way we've got a light tank towards the end of the race. Daniel Ricciardo is in the pits, so he is very far ahead at the moment. I don't see anyone catching him unless... Well, I don't see us catching him unless he has some issues with the car. And now Nico Rosberg is going to have DRS. Looking down the inside, there he goes. There goes Nico Rosberg. We're going to have to stick it around the outside, hope for the best, and we get the job almost done. We're off the track, but we get it done. Into the corner, we got to brake, hit the apex. Apparently Daniel Ricciardo is still in the pit, so it's a very long pit. And now, there he goes. We're going to be overtaking a lot of cars on the exit now, and we're on the grass, we're looking out for the Williams, and there we are, we're out of the race. We are actually out of the race, and I'm not sure what just happened. We're gonna, where am I? Gotta look for us. There we are. So, I'm not exactly sure what happened. We're gonna find... So we went through here, and as we get a better camera angle than that, so we hit the grass. That was my fault, so I corrected it, but if we go on board with this Williams, we watch him, and there, but it's not, yes it is him. Okay, so let's look at a faster speed. So he wasn't even looking at us. He comes out and he's still steering left, and then we're there, and he just keeps going, and that's it. That's us out of the race. I am not sure what to say about that. Except what just happened. Yeah, I have no idea what happened. But anyway, guys, that is the race finished. It is a bit upsetting that that's what it came down to. We weren't exactly having a good time with that track. But Daniel Ricciardo did win the race, so that's excellent for him. On the podium with him, Kimi Raikkonen and Nico Rosberg. So Lewis Hamilton didn't exactly get back onto the podium after his incident with us. I'm not sure what happened, but Lewis Hamilton did finish 4th. Okay, so basically, I'm not exactly sure what happened. So yeah, I don't have much to say. I'm sorry, guys, but hopefully this was interesting. It's the first time that we've ever had to retire from the race. and it wasn't even our fault. It was Felipe and Massa's, so definitely going to be a bit annoyed about that in the next race. But yeah, how does that did damage us in the driver standing. We are now third, just behind Daniel Ricciardo, and it's not much that's between us. Nico Rosberg is still there. He's pretty much almost there. In terms of constructors, it did damage us. Red Bull Racing is 18 points behind, so we're still able to catch up. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please like and subscribe. If you haven't seen the previous one, I recommend it. It was a very interesting race. Did have a safety car in it, so it was very interesting. Otherwise, check out other videos, and I'm hopefully going to be uploading a lot more, especially daily, possibly. If I can do daily again, that would be great. I am on holidays. I'm not exactly sure how long. It could either be a few weeks or a few months, depending on what happens with my studies, with my course. So hopefully I can be more regular on YouTube. But if you enjoyed this, as I said, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.